And but I want to chip in another thing. I'm going to look for an opportunity to do that, and that is with estimated 150,000 stray and free roaming animals in the city, we need to do everything we can to curtail that population. And we're talking about spay and neuter and doing more of that. We're talking about education, do more of that. I'd like to put Council Saldaña on the spot with the concept of passing a law that prohibits sale of dogs and cats, puppies and kittens in the city. That's been done in Austin, it's been done in Albuquerque, and one of the solutions in Austin has been that. And at this point in time, we don't need a single new puppy or kitten or dog or cat coming into the city on somebody's pickup truck or through a sale at a flea market or through a sale anywhere in the area. And so I'd like to see a resolution passed that prohibits that, and then we can work on the population, because I guarantee no animal that's bought from an ad in the Express News or any other place has been neutered. So you can guarantee there's going to be more puppies and kittens coming from that one sale.
Well, Gavin, I appreciate you putting me on the spot. And this is my response. Well, actually, it reminds me of a commercial that was put out by PETA. It probably wasn't too long ago. So PETA put out this commercial that says, if you buy a new dog, what are you going to do with the dog that you just killed? And so in this commercial, they have a bunch of black bags where a woman is running with a black bag, and giving this notion that every dog that's owned is one because they bought it and because they didn't save or rescue one. And he's right. If you go to a place like Austin, what they've done is change this to this trend where it's cool to rescue a dog. And I think what helps in aiding that is that we do get to a place where we ban the sale of dogs by, I'm not sure if it's private companies, but I agree with you. I do think that in order for us to create that market, we need to make sure that folks are not driving out to the county line and buying their dogs there. That they know that it's going to be cool to rescue a dog because we need their help and we need the community to step up. So that's what I'll say on that end. And to back up from the no-kill and to answer maybe the question that was asked, if we picked up all 153,000 animals tomorrow, we would probably still have a problem in 6 months if we didn't educate the folks on getting back to there.
I guess my thing is, instead of putting money into something, put it towards that.
Yeah.
Right.
And so the problem is, what do we do after we pick them up? And so I agree. If we want to look at, isolate this 9-pack scenario, I agree that we need to pick it up. Why? Because I don't want to run the risk that they may be friendly today, but all of a sudden they become unfriendly. And I don't want to run the risk that they're probably not in a better situation out there. The 153,000 dogs are not in a better situation. During my ACO ride-along, we ran into a dog that had been run over. And so to say that I think it's inhumane to just ignore the problem and not pick those dogs up. Even if they're friendly, even if they're being fed by a community or a village, I don't think it's enough. I've seen enough dogs in my community that are malnourished so I can see their ribs to the side of their bellies. So I do think we need to do something about picking them up, because I think they stand a better shot if we are ramping up our efforts and adopting and rescuing and partnering with our life release. So I'm going to go ahead and stop.
Yeah, ready for the next question?
Yeah, and that's actually going to be our last question. We are after 3 o'clock, and we have after 4 o'clock rather. We have promised our panelists a certain amount of time they get to go home and see their families for the rest of Sunday.
Okay, I'll be real quick then. I just want to say that to follow up on the young lady's comments in terms of animal rights and all this stuff. I think that, and I agree with John in the last ACS meeting or a couple of meetings ago. He said I think it's completely immoral to euthanize or kill a healthy adoptable animal in terms of what we're talking about here today. There's a couple of things that, and I just have some quick questions in terms of, I think one of the big problems that we have here is our focus on communication, customer service, and adoption. For too long, we've thrown money at this, and I agree that, and I applaud City Council for continuing to support it in that regard, but we really missed the boat for many years, and that's why we're still at the same numbers we were 6 years ago, picking up and killing really the same number. So, one of the questions I have, they're really quick. I noticed on the news the other day, this lady had gone to ACS and she was going to adopt a dog and thought, you know, there was a communication on the website. Has that language been changed, Joe? It has? And it's you know, I hope that's very clear because that's been a big problem on that website. The other is that, where is the city in regards to partnering with a high-volume rescue organization like APA?
We're in discussions right now.
Okay, and the RFP has been issued or?
Not yet.
Okay, okay.
And it's important to note that the advisory committee will be setting guidelines on being able to inspect that high volume partner to make sure that they're providing a high quality for the animal.
Okay. And my last question is there a plan in place for a permanent ACS director at this point?
My position right now is the interim director. My position right now is the interim director. I serve at the pleasure of the city, and until such time as that final decision is made, I'll be there. Ray might have a better idea.
We're done. We're chopping.
Or maybe not.
I'm glad you came today. We don't have any status as to whether we found someone new, but I'm pretty happy with Joe Angelo's work so far. I think he's moving us into a more intelligent direction on how we're doing this.
All right, I want to thank you all so very much for coming today. I just want to make a comment. Looking out at this audience of people, we've done a number of these forums now, and never have I seen faces so full of emotion and looking so pensive. I know that this is a crowd of people who care very, very much about this topic, no matter where you are on the issue, and I appreciate you taking the time to come this afternoon. I'm sorry not everybody got to answer or ask their question of our panelists. But part of the reason we ask these panelists is not only are they people who are involved in very key ways on the ground in addressing policy that this issue, but also because they're some of the most responsive people I know among the community leaders in San Antonio. So please, I am sure if you can't buttonhole them now, at some point you can talk to them about your ideas and your hopes and your wishes on this topic. Yes, your
Subscriptions, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not a subscriber to Plaza de Armas, we can cure that right now. To stop by and Philip, we can sign you up today, and you'll be in on the conversation.
Tell John Bachman sent you, because I want a T-shirt.
Thank you all so much.
I just want to say one thing. For those folks who want to see what the district looks like, we're going to be knocking on doors all of November and talking to residents to educate them, and that's through District 4 in this program. So if you want to call our office, you want to help us knock on doors, that I think is the best way to get to solve this problem. So plug for District 4 November, all of November.
Great.